What up, everybody? How's it going?
Yo.
What's up?
Oh, yeah, Daniel's back.
Oh, yeah. Clap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again for having me on your little show here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted to come back. I think the people enjoyed your insight, especially
Oh.
specifically with football. Happens to the best of us. But today we are talking NBA playoff picture because the play-in tournament started last night.
Yeah.
We can begin with the Lakers and Minnesota Timberwolves game. Anybody got any thoughts? The fact that AD almost just sold the game away.
Yeah, that was crazy. Last second, went the foul.
Yeah, fouled Mike Conley on a three in the corner that he just really didn't even need to contest.
Yeah, that was rough. Not going to lie. Overall, I thought the game was good, though. Lakers picked it up late. But, yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves look good. I'm going to be real. If Anthony Edwards was just a little, if the shoulder wasn't bothering him at least, as bad as it was, then I think they would have went crazy. I'm not going to lie. So,
Facts.
And you got to give LeBron his props, too. LeBron doing LeBron stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just wild.
At, what, 38?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It is.
Is it a little troublesome with the Lakers at home with that kind of performance with a shorthanded Timberwolves team? Any concern for Laker Nation?
You want to go
Or you
first?
just chalk this up to just
I don't know. I mean, a little bit, yeah. I think so. But then again, I feel like D'Angelo Russell didn't have the best game, and I feel like once they get him to kind of really be that scoring type point that he was with the other team, then I feel like, they'll be fine, really, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? What you thinking, Clay?
I think, I texted you last night that the Lakers couldn't get out of their own way. I think it was sort of an issue where, the ball just didn't bounce their way. And, you can't turn the ball over a lot. I mean, inbounds plays, like, we're not in high school anymore.
Yeah.
We're not, you're not supposed to be turning the ball over.
That is true, though.
On inbounds plays. And so,
we're crazy.
that just becomes something that I'm not overly, excited about, just because it does cause concern for me. You have to be able to take care of the ball, and they didn't do a really good job at it last night. They did do a better job scoring in transition.
Mm-hmm.
Shots didn't fall very well to my liking, but so those are kind of my thoughts. I'm gonna let's get to some. You had some questions. Let's talk a little bit more. So right now tonight, actually,
Who won? Did the Bulls win?
not sure yet. I gotta get you a new cord.
We were watching the game earlier. I'm not gonna lie. The Bulls are starting.
DeMar had a crazy dunk.
Man, he did. And Zach LaVine started picking it up, I guess. Went off for like 15 straight, you said, right?
Yeah, at the end of the third
that's
quarter.
crazy.
He went nuts. What's the score right here, Daniel?
Bulls are up 2 with 45 seconds to go.
Wow.
That's tough. That is tough. Yeah, we go with the man. The Bulls looking all right.
They were dead in the water
Yeah.
at halftime. And
Yeah,
then,
they were.
And then Zach LaVine said, no, sir. We're going to take over this game.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'm going to take over this game.
Very specifically, yes.
Quick 15, light 15 for sure.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Quick 15, light 15. But yeah, man, I think the Bulls, if they pull this off, they see Miami, right?
Yes.
They'll go to Miami.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that'll be a good game too.
So let's talk about our guy Jay Will. He's about to play in now.
Yeah.
And so what are your thoughts? Do you think they can beat the Pelicans at home?
Yeah, I think they can.
In New Orleans, I should say.
Yeah, I think they can for sure. I mean, I like OKC. Young team, deep team, though, at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people even thought that they would be, in the playoffs at all. So, there's something to be said about the young guys. I feel like they're ready to hoop. They're always challenging themselves. And, again, yeah, they can beat the Pelicans for sure.
Yeah.
I think so. I hope they win at least.
And to your point, too, I think they were saying, like, drafting Jay Will, too, is like this is going to be a rebuilding year.
Mm-hmm.
And to be rebuilding and still make the play-in tournament.
Right,
And them
right.
young guys are balling.
Yeah.
They got to be.
Yeah. No, that's nice. But they hooping over there, bro.
Yeah, so currently New Orleans right now is a 5.5-point favorite to win this game tonight. Winner of this goes on to face, they would be the 8th seed, right?
The Timberwolves, right?
In the West. No, yeah, they go on to play. Yeah, they go on to play the winner, the Timberwolves. That would be the 8th seed game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if OKC gets out of this, they match up good enough to beat the Timberwolves?
Yeah, I do. I think they could do it. Yeah, I think it'll kind of be a grinded out game, just the same type of way it was with the Lakers. I think there's a reason all these teams are kind of close. It's a grinded out mentality to even get to the next level. So I think they could do it, but again, they have to really grind it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think if you give this second game is going to be when? Friday, Thursday.
Friday, I think.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday, yeah.
So you're going to give Anthony Edwards a couple more days to rest that shoulder.
Yep.
Cat played out of his mind, but he played against Anthony Davis, which there's a stat that AD just has historically sucked against Karl Anthony Towns.
He do be getting the best AD sometimes, though.
You told me that last night, and he
do.
really low-key kind of did.
He do, though. He do. I ain't going to lie.
And so I don't know from a perspective of, okay, so who are you going to put on Anthony Edwards? Dort?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Shea's got to guard Mike Conley. Or would you put Giddey on Mike Conley?
Either way.
Okay.
Probably.
Mix it up.
Yeah. Either way. You go either way, I think.
Then your matchup would have to be, I wish Nick was in here, the guy I work with. Shout out to Nick. He's a Thunder fan, so he would probably have more of an opinion. If you're in the chat, Nick, let us know what your thoughts might be. But so we put Dort on Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You put Giddey/Shea. You throw different bodies at him at Mike Conley. Now you got to guard Cat. You're gonna rotate Jay Will onto him, and then who else?
Yeah, I don't know the backup.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah,
that's a big ask for Jay Will. The one thing Jay Will can do is draw charges. We saw that here in Arkansas.
Word.
We've seen that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, his rotations are good. So if they can get, I think that's one reason the Lakers were able to make that run. I had a hot take too. I told you, and we can talk about it a little bit later. But Cat getting that 5th foul was big.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't be as aggressive.
Yeah.
And I think the Lakers did a good job of pushing in transition, and they kind of let him play a couple times. There were some bad calls too, but this will be kind of tough, I think, for the Thunder to get through Minnesota.
Yeah.
If they win, they go on and play the 1 seed, right? Which would be who's 1 seed in the West?
Nuggets.
Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a tough.
I think they realistically though, I think they match up better with Denver than they do with the T-Wolves. Thunder anyway.
Word. I'm not mad at that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Jay will make it though, man. I'm rooting for him, low key. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's stay on the topic of the Timberwolves because I want to get y'all's thoughts on this little weak punch Rudy Gobert threw at
word, I forgot about that.
Kyle Anderson. That was kind of crazy, not gonna lie. He got put in timeout for it. Getting put in timeout in the NBA is kind of crazy.
And then hurting yourself in the process is even more of a big.
Dang, I forgot about that. Did they say why?
I don't know. It was just a verbal altercation, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of speculation come out on why, like different reasons why, but I don't think like verbatim what was said has ever come out. No. I do not.
It looked like it was just trash talking.
I think it was. Yeah.
It was crazy though.
I never in my life have been mad at my own teammate to try to throw a punch because it's like, man, I got to go back out here. I wanted to just try to knock you out. Now I got to hoop with you again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
Angelo in the chat said, where'd he go? He said he ran away afterwards, and then Sam said Rudy threw that slap and did a 5-step drop like a quarterback.
He did get out of there.
Yeah,
he did.
That's true. I mean, I don't get it. There was another fight that same game, or not that same game, but that same day there was one that you sent me. I think it may have been a Bulls game.
Man, what did I say?
Where they got into it in the huddle.
Angelo, I don't know how to say his last name, but Angelo in the chat said he thought he had heard the argument was about rebounding.
Oh, I guess Kyle Anderson was telling Rudy to get the rebounds because he's 7'12".
I assume that's probably
10-foot wingspan. Yeah, that would make sense. That's another thing you got to think about too. With anybody playing the T-Wolves, if Cat and Rudy are both on the floor, getting rebounds is gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you get the long rebounds, but it's a make or miss league. They shoot a lot of threes, so if you don't shoot threes well, you can shoot and go get it. Do a little Houston Cougar action.
Makeshift 23 also said in the chat, I think it's Rudy not wanting any more disrespect.
Disrespect about what though?
Yeah, I mean
he got $100 and something million, and he can't shoot free throws. He really can't dribble. I mean, like he literally rebounds, block shots, and set screens. But he got $100 something million.
Yeah, he did.
So
somebody was saying like, yeah, that was the worst trade ever.
I saw that. I saw that on Twitter in the comparison of
word.
what. Yeah.
No, it was kind of going viral. They said the L trade, but he over there now. You might as well use him, block some shots in the playoffs.
You have to. It didn't work last night though.
No,
I wish I'd known I could have gotten $5 million for setting the screen.
Yeah,
I would have
really.
been the best screen
all up
setter
for that.
word.
That's a good point, Angelo. They said that the T-Wolves lost Naz Reid.
Oh,
They're a big squad.
For sure.
Naz Reid.
Damn.
Were you here when
No,
Naz Reid dunked on Dan and then threw the ball at him?
I missed that by a year.
That
but
was
I
crazy.
did see it though.
LSU came into Bud Walton like
Nah,
first
he was tough
bucket.
though.
First bucket, he 1-2, didn't even touch it with the other hand, dunked on Dan, grabbed it out and then threw it at him.
Oh, I slick
They
remember
gave him
that
a
though.
tech.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. That was the game also Tremont Waters destroyed
I
our
remember
zone.
that.
Freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Went nuts. Yeah.
I do remember that.
Best little guard I've seen in college,
Nah,
like
for
in
sure.
person.
Yeah.
That
Or
that little
Sharif.
man was- yeah,
Or Sharif.
That's true.
Sharif was good too. Sharif was good too.
I would
Sharif was
probably
crazy.
take Sharif over Tremont.
Sharif was crazy, bro.
The fact that he's not in the league just shows you, like, you know what I mean? Because I would take Sharif over a lot of guards in that class.
Same, bro. It's different. It's different for sure. He was really slicing and dicing. When you see it in person, it's just so crazy. But he's a pro, though. Pro
so
for sure.
funny. Somebody said Walker Kessler is already better than him. That's the crazy thing. I feel like Walker played his role at Auburn really well, and he kind of knows that going in.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy got $100 and something million and is like, well, I need to work on my game.
Yeah, word.
Nah,
No.
just set this screen. Right?
And block the shot, dude.
Yeah, and get the rebound.
Get the board.
Yeah,
Get the board.
please.
Come
Please.
on, man.
Let's move on. Let's move on to some things. You texted me a pretty extensive list of things that you wanted to talk to.
Had a lot on my mind.
Wanted to talk about
Just had a lot on my mind.
back then. Let me see here. I got to scroll back. The first thing I want to ask everybody in the chat, overall from Jay Jones, is this the best or worst season for the NBA? I think ratings, Laney, can you look up NBA ratings this
I
year?
think the ratings was down.
Wouldn't
Huh?
surprise me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. I have a way you can fix that, though.
What you think?
Oh, yeah. They dropped.
How much?
To make it simple, 2023's ratings dropped 29% from 2022, and viewership dropped 27%.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I would definitely say the ratings are lower.
Damn.
So
You know how many people 27% is? That's a lot.
No, it is. It is for sure. Yeah, that's rough.
But I think overall it's probably one of the more worse seasons because you're in this fringe period where if you go back, let's say you go back 8, 9, 10 years ago, you've got prime Bron, Kobe. You know, you've got Steph, the Warriors. These teams that you had a superstar, you had like a supermax superstar with some other superstars underneath. And now you don't really have that. You got a lot of young guys molding into their role. Jason Tatum being one of them, potential next face of the league. Luka with the Mavs, which we can talk about if they actually tank. They did launch an investigation. We can get into that too a little bit.
So I was gonna get to that. That was a question in the chat. Somebody wanted to get your take.
You got Luka. Anthony Edwards can, I think, take that next step here, in a year or two.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think about, all these other players that were around. Now it's like you got a guy in LeBron, like Daniel said, off camera. He's 38 and still averaging like what?
30.
30 something in the playoffs or in
Like
the
20.
last like 20 games?
Like 29, I think.
That's crazy.
That's 30 in my book. LeBron, yeah, that's 30. So, yeah.
For Bron, it's 30.
So,
Maybe just a thought on that would be, I don't think maybe being the worst season, but just with the talent being dispersed at a lot of teams, that there's no dominant team for someone to just fall in love with per se or hate at the same time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just like every team, and we even said this off air too. Like everybody in the West, there's like 6 teams that are 1 game apart, 2 games apart. I mean, it's like the grind mentality or whatever. But I think there's just a lot of beating and banging, and there's no one trying to show themselves. And in the 1 seed in the West we were talking about is the Nuggets with a potential 3-peat MVP in a row.
Gosh,
and
That's crazy.
No one cares about him.
I know, right? Yeah.
No one
cares
not even
about
really
him.
talked
No one
about like
cares.
that. That is true.
I mean,
Jokic, Nokic, whatever. Hell, I don't even know his name.
Nokic is crazy.
Bulls won, by the way. Bulls
Oh,
won.
yeah,
Bulls
okay.
won.
That's
Bulls
wild.
Bulls win by 4. Come back from like 15 down.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Damn.
and
Raptors done.
Raptors are
GGs.
done. GGs. We'll see you at the crib. Stay in Toronto, but they got to lose at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like how you told, but you made it. You know what I mean? How we
Or-
were talking
oh,
about when if Dallas was going to make it.
Glass
in the
half
position.
full.
Yeah.
At least I get to go home, and I don't have to worry about a plane ride or
Yeah.
anything. I just get to go home.
Yeah.
And them
But I'm
playing
taking
rides
that
after
L.
losses.
Do they beat Miami though?
The Bulls? No.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah.
It stops in Miami.
I think the Bulls can beat them.
You think so?
Ooh.
See, and like I would say, I'm not really a Heat homer, but I lived in Miami, and so I kind of follow the Heat-ish a little bit. They play some of the worst basketball this year I've ever seen in my life.
Damn.
Jimmy Buckets, he can still hoop.
Yeah.
But the Heat want to beat you like 94-92, and the Bulls are going to push it up there, push up the pace, and get buckets. And I just don't know. I like to think maybe the Heat could turn it around, but the Bulls showed me something in the second half. I mean, we were watching it, just going, man, we weren't kidding when I said they were dead at halftime.
Yeah.
No, that's
No.
crazy.
They were dead.
They were very. It was like, yeah, we might as well turn this off.
Yeah.
It was bad. But so, to your point though, Miami has a great coach. Spo is a
Spo.
great coach.
Yeah. He is.
Like a phenomenal X's and O's guy. You know what I mean? You can with what he's got and what he's done is pretty good.
Angelo
and
in the chat said Miami in 6.
I'm not mad at that. But I just don't. I don't know if the Bulls have enough firepower.
Well, this is one game. He's saying if Miami wins, well, I mean, Miami, if they win, they go play the 1 seed.
Yeah.
That's who's the one in the East?
Celtics.
Yep.
Celtics are
I mean, I'm sorry. Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Bucks.
Oh,
The other green team.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. My bad.
Bucks and 5.
Yeah.
For real. For real.
For sure.
Sorry.
100%. Yeah, I don't know. I think the East is extremely top heavy, whereas the West is kind of like the SEC. You just destroy each other.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like it's the old saying, you know. Of course, if you coast in the beginning, you got to hoop in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
But my solution would be take out the first 2 months of the season. Start on Christmas Day.
You
You know why? You would relate to this.
Huh.
Football's over.
Football's over.
Increase the ratings too, huh? You think early on?
Yeah. Or you
Yeah.
could even start at New Year's, like maybe January 3rd, because the national championship game is what? January 3rd?
They're
They
somewhere.
still
yeah,
missing
somewhere.
a little money though. They can't.
I mean, that's true.
If they start the season in Christmas, you're going to extend it into July.
Well, you don't have to be 82 games. I mean, look at look at the
Oh,
rate of
no.
people getting hurt.
That's true, but them owners are not going to give up.
Oh,
No.
no.
Yeah, that's
No, they're billionaires. I mean, if owner Clay would be like, hell no, we ain't starting in
Yeah.
December.
What's this person talking about?
yeah. Well, as I was
He's
saying,
not
like,
playing either. That's
yeah,
he's not kidding either. That's owner Clay.
you can start in December, but you're going to be losing those billions of dollars, losing that revenue from those games.
I want to know what the viewership and the engagement is October and November, though. Because
I
I
feel like it's
I can't
Go ahead.
imagine it's much.
no. It's probably.
because
I feel like it's pretty exciting. Like early on, like first game,
Yeah.
drops off.
yeah,
Then pick up around Christmas.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Especially if you have something like when LeBron went to LA. It's like, oh, that first game as a Laker, I gotta watch it.
Word.
You know what I mean? That sequence do you remember that sequence when they were in Portland and it was the first season Bron was there
Oh yeah.
and they went dunk for dunk for dunk?
Yep.
That
Yeah, I
was
do.
so crazy.
No, I do. I swear I do.
I would
Yep.
have loved
We watched
to
that
have been
video
there.
again last night. We
Yeah.
were like, damn, that's pretty wild.
I was, wow.
Oh
It's
my
kind of wild.
gosh.
Yeah.
That was insane.
There was a good question up here in the chat a little bit ago, and we're kind of touching, I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with the conversation we're having. Do we still like the play-in tournament?
Yes.
I like it though, low key.
Okay.
You answer first.
I like it.
Give your.
I think it just adds just another level of excitement, whether or not you're just like you're playing for something.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the play-in.
It's very similar to March Madness in a way. Like, is your team really going to play in the tournament, or are they just in a play-in game type
Right, 'cause
situation?
It makes the end of the season just a little bit more valuable because you, like, let's go from the East standpoint, where I can say the Heat blew it last night. To win, they would have been the 7th seed. Then they're playing the Celtics.
Yep.
When you lose, now you got that home game to try and be the 8th seed, and now you're going up against Milwaukee,
Yep.
which is clearly a much harder task.
Mm-hmm.
Even maybe not just for the Heat, but just anybody in the tournament in general. But I think that just adds a different level of excitement because if you just sit there and go through the whole season, now you're like, okay, the Heat are the 7 seed, the 8 seed is the Raptors, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then you don't get the Chicago comeback.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get those like cool things. But I like the way it's set up right now. I don't think they need to add any more, or it was probably against the old guard to do this thing in the first place. But I think it actually turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I agree. I think it also gives teams that may have suffered a little injury or something early on a chance to kind of redeem themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a chance for a good team to kind of show that they could still be valuable even if things don't go as well early on. I think the Lakers is a good example of that. I feel like they went through a lot this season, met themselves in the play-in, and now they're finding that rhythm to hopefully, you know what I'm saying, see what they could do against the Grizzlies. So, you go from being like, oh, no, the Lakers might not make it to, oh, yeah, now we got the Grizzlies, and, maybe we can beat the Grizzlies in 7 games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's because of the play-in.
And it's savvy vets from the Lakers.
You feel me?
And some rookies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different game in the postseason.
It is.
Yeah.
And LeBron's got go against LeBron. I dare you.
Yeah,
for real.
Even at 38. Yeah, I think the Mavs are about the only team that you can look at and be like, yeah, they ain't gonna make it, and be like,
Clap it up for that. Yeah. Woo-hoo!
They don't like that, boy.
no.
So let's talk about that. Somebody did ask in the chat. They
Well-
wanted to get your take on the tanking of the Mavs.
Yeah, and okay.
Allegedly.
I'll talk about that.
Allegedly.
I'll talk about that immediately after this. But I think the play-in tournament kind of brings that stigma of March Madness, where it all comes down to this one time right here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't get another shot.
Word.
The 9-10 game obviously is the one where the Raptors, they go to the locker room, shower, and drive home. It's over with.
Mm-hmm.
Find a gym tomorrow, get back to work after exit meetings and stuff like that. So I think giving NBA teams another chance for sure helps because you give guys an opportunity to get healthy. Obviously, teams are going to look very different from the end of the season than it did before with the trade deadline and all that stuff they can go through. But yeah, I like the play-in tournament. I think it adds a different type of feel to it, kind of like you guys said, and it brings that real, like, to me, what it's about for me is like that like it all comes down. We've all worked for this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get any more chances. It's kind of like in college basketball when you hit that when March, like Fairleigh Dickinson had to play to beat Purdue because they were going to have no shot after that. We had to play to beat Kansas to stay alive, and it meant a lot more.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't think that as NBA players they get to experience a lot.
Right.
Because
right.
even if you lose game 1, you still got to play game 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you lose game 2, you still got to play game 3. If you lose game 4, you have to play and win game 3. If you lose game 3, you have to play good enough to win in game 4. Otherwise, that's your only time that it really doesn't matter.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You win game 2, game 3 lost doesn't really hurt you as bad other than going back and forth, home to home. But, okay, we can talk about the Mavs tanking. I think they tanked, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you think it was intentional? Do they think
100%.
You think they withheld? You think they truly did? You don't think they played?
Yeah.
Okay, explain. Elaborate.
Because why do you play Luka one quarter? Is he hurt?
Mm-mm.
Was there anything on the paper to say like
show off his new shoe? Get out of here, man.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, terrible time to launch a shoe.
but
time.
they were expecting him to make the playoffs, so he didn't have a full time to show it off. Like you said, throw him in there a quarter. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jordan, don't give a damn. You got to get out there. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
tank for sure though.
You lose. Christian Wood doesn't play. Kyrie doesn't play. Tim Hardaway, I don't think played.
Nope.
Like, and the fact that they still almost got it done without those core guys, it shows a little bit of like a little bit of moxie on the Dallas bench. You know, the young guys, it meant something to them, and but I think you definitely tank, and I don't know why you tank. You hadn't been to the playoffs in God knows how long.
You tank for that 5% chance for Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Wemby.
Yeah.
He ain't going
So somebody asked in the
5%.
chat, what are they doing? So I'll ask it this way to you, Clay. What is GM Clay? What is GM Jeremy? And what is GM Daniel doing with Luke or with Kyrie? What are you doing with Kyrie?
Oof.
I know what I'm doing.
What are you doing with Kyrie? What is GM Clay doing with Kyrie?
I'm giving him the opportunity to come back should he want to, and telling him I'm going to restructure your deal so I can put shooters around you. But you're not going to get a max.
Oh.
I can't afford to give you a player max. I already signed Luka, and I want to keep Luka. Luka is going to be my Dirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kyrie, you've been in the league, and granted, your stuff off the floor. You've been a part-time player for the past 5 years. Granted, you didn't like the situation in Brooklyn. Okay, if you're not happy, by all means, do what you want to do there. You've been better about playing here in Dallas, and you've shown me that you want to come and play and stay around. But I have to stagger your minutes so much because we don't have I can't kick that to Reggie Bullock and be like, yeah, that's going in. Reggie Bullock, sometimes he may stay in Dallas and just go 0 for 8 wherever they play. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
And Tim Hardaway is kind of like a great value. Oh, he's not a great value Kyrie Irving, but he's an off the bounce guy.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean? He's not a spot up guy. You need a guy that can really knock shots down and be kind of your 3-and-D, and I think they wanted Reggie Bullock to be that. But if you've ever watched Reggie Bullock play, he's too inconsistent. He's too streaky to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is GM Jeremy going to do with Kyrie? Are you maxing him?
I think you got to max Kyrie if you want him to stay. I don't think you
I
have.
agree.
You don't have another choice.
Yeah.
It's either max or I'm out.
Yeah.
So I think you do offer the max, but hey, shout Christian Wood around. I'm not gonna lie.
Not a
You
bad
feel
idea.
me? I mean, I was expecting him to come over there and be a little more for y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Low key, he just came out there and I play JaVale McGee. I mean, be real.
Yeah.
So at times, I feel like they could do a little more with JaVale. So I'll shout Christian Wood. I think you offer Kyrie the max if he's looking to stay.
I will say, okay, if you offer Kyrie the max, you can make. Oh gosh, I don't want to do that. You can shop Christian Wood and maybe Reggie Bullock. You know what my first call is going to be?
What was that?
I'm calling Washington. Can we get Daniel Gafford? Please.
I think they might do that too.
I need a big that's going to set screens,
know,
block
Dan,
shots, and dunk everything.
He had 25 the other night though.
Yeah,
Looking
Dan's not
nice.
going anywhere.
Nah, yeah, he
Unfortunately.
get something crazy too.
Somebody,
Crazy,
Angelo in the chat said Kyrie's going to hate GM Clay. Oh.
He probably would.
No, I was like, my GM, I'm like, man, both these two make really, really good points. I was so torn. I don't want to offer him the max. I think that's.
I think you have to because
I
I think
know.
he's going to be like,
But that's the
I'm
thing.
gone if you don't give me the max.
That's
I
Is
know.
what I think.
I think you're totally right. 100% is but now you got to play GM to try and convince him, hey, we need to get other people around here. We need you here. We need the forces to get these other people here, and we can't offer. If we offer a max, then we're going after people like Clay and Daniel and Jeremy out here trying to hoop and stuff.
Good luck.
And you're not gonna be in the playing game there. I know it's so tough.
It is though.
It's like, okay, this is ridiculous. You have to offer him the max. You have to, but you don't want to. You don't,
I know.
Don't want to, and you're gonna have to be GM Clay and be like, listen, my guy, we're gonna have to figure this out. We can't do this. This ain't about money. I know you got $1 billion already, bro. We trying to get you another ring. And this is the way we get you another ring is bring some shooters in here.
Okay,
or some big dudes like Daniel Gafford
Yeah.
who won't go. But hey, that's a good GM pipe dream right there.
So Benjamin Foe in the chat said Dallas gets a top 5 pick and trades it for Bradley Beal. Book it.
You don't need Brad Beal. Why?
Same kind of instance, right?
Why are we trying to be Clippers? The Clippers 2.0.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Hey, but the Clippers ain't sitting at home though right now.
that is true too. We got a little more defense though. We got a
Very
little more
true.
two-way.
Very
A
true.
little more
Very
two-way.
true.
I mean, that's a good point. If I make the pitch to Kyrie, GM Clay, I might say, look, bro, I can get you a 4-year deal. It's not going to be every single dollar that you want. It might be $30 million short, but I'll give you a 4-year
So
deal.
crazy
Here's the
telling
deal.
Kyrie
He's
I'm
cheap.
30
He's
million.
cheap.
Here's the
Telling
deal.
Kyrie, I'm 30 million short.
Here's the deal. Well,
It's not gonna work.
because if I'm Mark Cuban, I got Shark Tank money. I got to worry about my investments.
Oh,
you know?
Lord.
Yes,
I gotta sell some
Lord.
company
Here he goes.
But here's the deal. You give him 4 year with the 5th year $30 million option, right? You can get that increase, but I have like we've been saying, I have to get a guy around that can shoot the ball. Luka
Yeah.
can't just stand there and have Dwight. What is Dwight? Dwight Powell wouldn't start for anybody else. Why is he here in Dallas?
It is true. It is true.
Yo, we could
But
talk. We could have
like
a whole
GM
pod
Clay.
on just this. We could have a
GM
whole conversation on just this.
Kyrie ain't going, but I'm 30 mil short. Kyrie gonna be like, oh, Clay, come on.
But yeah, and I mean at this point, like, is somebody else gonna? Y'all probably say yeah.
Yeah.
Is someone else going to pay him?
else is gonna
Yes,
pay
somebody
him,
else is
but-
going to pay him.
Okay.
Lakers gonna pay him.
Yeah, they'll pay him because he's going to go play with LeBron. And LeBron's going to figure out how to make that work because it's LeBron.
That is
Luka just waits for the defensive big to step out the paint and then go score. I don't think Luka is like, hey, throw it here. If he move, cut. Like, he's not going to do that.
I hear
Luka's
that.
not that guy. Now, he can drive in there and, like, throw some crazy pass that nobody else has seen before in their life. But you have to have a guy, like, if he's throwing it to Reggie Bullock, if Reggie misses first 3, go ahead. I'm Caitlin Clark, whatever. I'm waving him off, 100%. But you gotta have guys that are gonna knock shots down. I mean, it's a make or miss league, and they shoot more threes, since Steph Curry's been in the league than ever.
Yeah. What the chat saying?
Kobe in the chat said, "Let Kyrie walk and get John Wall."
Hell no.
What's wrong with John Wall?
What? Bro, he didn't do it for the Clippers. What are we talking about?
All right, so
We can't
Y'all need
start
to-
being LA Southeast. We can't be LA Southeast.
tight though. I ain't think about it like that, but that's kind of the.
Like, we can't do that.
It ain't that bad on y'all though.
No, it's not. But you need guys that can shoot the ball really well.
No, you do, though.
Go get maybe a Luke Kennard or, just anybody honestly that can make threes at 35% or over.
Yeah.
And Reggie Bullock may be shooting 35% from 3, but every
At least
time
in defense, too,
I
though.
don't watch Reggie Bullock, he ain't made a 3
Yeah.
at all.
Well, y'all tank, so y'all might get something.
I was gonna say, do you let GM Clay? Do you let Kyrie kind of dictate some of the draft? Maybe, like, hey, I'll take a pay cut if you get this guy.
Yeah,
Which we
if
know
you
that
want to
happens.
take a pay cut and I want you to be here, for sure, I'll do whatever I can to make you happy. For absolutely, I mean, ideally, here's my thing.
Yes.
Here's my thing. I know based off if I have billions of dollars, my mind is probably pretty analytical, right? If I get Kyrie Irving at the trade deadline and we still don't make the playoffs, the data tells me, do we really need Kyrie Irving?
Yeah.
Like, that's a legitimate question.
That's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of people said too. They said that though. You know what I'm saying? They said, "Hey, well, it's not a direct blame, but like you said, looking at what occurred, is there something to look at here?" So,
Okay. So interesting take here. Somebody said, "Would you sign and trade Kyrie for Trey and maybe a John Collins?"
No.
oh yeah, Trey
then-
Young gonna happen in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, so that's something else when you talk about the chat's been bringing it up. But
I don't know too much about that though.
I don't think I would give up Kyrie for Trae Young. I'm just be real.
Nah.
I'm not. I'm not giving Kyrie up for Trae Young. He can create too much.
So realistically, does he walk or stay? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think he gone.
Kyrie,
I think he's gone.
I think he's gone. I
Yeah.
fully expected him to
Daniel,
leave.
I think he's gone too.
'Kay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's gone because they're not gonna. We're making fun of this whole thing, but they're gonna try and
yeah,
lowball him, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "No, I want the
I
max.
want my
and
money.
and that's the end of it.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's out of there.
They're
So-
gonna try to say, "Hey, I'm 30 mil short. Will you?"
Yeah. Hey, GM Clay, didn't you say you were billions of dollars over here in your analytical self, and you're talking about being 30 million short? Get out. Get out
so
of here.
That's my Shark
Where
Tank
did it
investment.
go?
Sorry.
Angelo in the chat said Kyrie's going to the Clippers. I'm calling it now. They're maxing him because as a fellow Laker fan, Clippers always try to hijack everything we do. Would you be okay with Kyrie at the Clippers?
That's a Jay Jones question.
That's who I'm talking to.
With PG
And Kawhi.
and Kawhi.
Damn, it sound. What
It
about
sounds
Westbrook
nice.
though?
It sounds really.
I think you gotta let Russ go.
Yeah, and that's tough because I feel like Russ is a real good fit. I'm not gonna lie. As of late, like he's been kind of helping the Clippers out a lot. But overall, I mean, you can't turn down. I mean, you can't turn down Kyrie if he. I mean, that look because at that point, Kyrie ain't got no defense, but it's two other people that do. That's what you know. Y'all didn't have defense because it's Luka in help. I
Right.
still got Kawhi in help.
That's true.
Then I got PG in help. Now at the rim, Zubac's there. You might dunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
we're working on finding the big. Yeah, we'll take Kyrie. I think that's nasty. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't necessarily know because it's so tough for me when you're asking about guys that are extremely ball dominant because Luka's extremely ball dominant. That was the thing we discussed as soon as it happened is like, how is it going to work with Luka? With Kyrie, you got to stagger their minutes. Now, you can stagger your minutes in L.A., but at the end of the game, all three of them have to be in there.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about it last night. My hot take that I told you about, and you can, say whether or not you agreed with me or not. There were very clear times in the third and fourth quarter when LeBron was on the floor. He stopped the ball and slowed the game down. Lakers got out of their rhythm. They were extremely careless with the ball.
He did. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
And so, say you're down by, 15 points really isn't a lot in this league, this day and age. It's 5 threes. That's 5 possessions. You can get those back to back to back to back to back.
We just watched it.
Literally.
Yeah,
We just
Zach
watched
LaVine,
the 15
right?
point. Yeah.
He went out and got
he went
15 straight.
by himself.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that worries me about that is ball stoppage. You know, because you don't have a big that puts pressure on the rim. Zubac is not going to be. He's just not going to be that guy. Plumlee maybe, but you got to have a dynamic big in a way to create that space. As crazy as it sounds, in college to win you need good guards, and UConn kind of proved you need a good solid big. Sonogo he's a good. 20 years ago he'd probably be a top 5 pick
For sure.
with the way the league was back then. But in the NBA, you got to have spacing, and it's a pick and roll game.
It is.
So you got to have a guy that's going to be either able to pick and pop or pick and roll hard and be a dunk threat. And you don't have that a lot. So then, granted, you can be in help and help the helper, and you're helping off of PG and Kawhi, but you can still kind of stack that paint just a little bit and create no space.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. So you don't see it working? I don't know, bro. I think, again, yeah, the big is the only problem. That's the problem we have now. But I don't think Kyrie. I feel like PG and Kawhi are just like off-ball guys enough to still get Kyrie the shots and for him to be happy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell, Kawhi going to play about 12 games of regular season. So
Then it's not a big deal. You feel me?
Right.
Like, it's like, come on, we still got these guys are in and out. When Kyrie don't want to play, you can get Kawhi. You come on and you can. When Kawhi don't want to play, then Kyrie can come back.
Yeah, instead of rotating minutes, you're rotating games
You know what I'm saying?
or weeks. Yeah.
And then the playoffs just hoop.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, this is your on week, so you're gonna play 3
Yeah, for
games
sure.
this
You
week,
know,
and next week
that's
you're
like
not.
That's like putting the laundry shift. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Every
Oh,
manager got to get the
God.
laundry. Okay, Kyrie's playing this week. PG. Okay.
They not trying to win no awards. So it's
No.
like, you know how they go. So I feel like it could work, bro.
I think maybe I don't know if they'd be a title team. You know, it's just so tough because the West is so thick with teams. You're looking at Denver, Phoenix, obviously the Warriors. Yeah, and then
Kings. But I think this might be a 1 year kind of deal with them.
Dang, the Kings fluky?
think so.
Think so. Oh. Flying under the radar. Flying under the radar.
Damn. Okay.
We'll see.
Sorry, Sel. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sel.
Right.
No.
I know.
But
It is such a different animal in playoff time.
it is when you're talking about that.
Because the Kings, I just looked at the Kings drew the Warriors first round, and I'm stealing one of my lines for LeBron for the Warriors. I dare you to bet against Clay, Steph, and Draymond.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
God, they've been there so many damn
Yep.
times.
Benjamin.
I don't care. I don't care how awful they are on the road. I don't care if they won 2 games on the road. I
crazy.
dare you to bet against them.
That's facts. Benjamin Foe said Kyrie, PG, and Kawhi. Oh, that's Run DMP.
It is though.
I like that.
It is though.
That's wild.
But the 3 of them throughout the season, 2 of them will play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can count on 2 of them. That's some nice rotations.
Yeah. So let's move on to this next thing. We've talked a lot about the West. We hadn't talked about the East very much.
Yeah.
There's a certain guy in Milwaukee
Right.
that has not really been getting a lot of looks
Right.
for the Most Valuable Player award,
That's right.
and he's the best player in the world.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? Man, that guy's averaging like 31 and what?
I have
Something
no idea.
crazy, I think.
Yeah, Laney, look it up.
And it's just crazy because he's kind of going through what LeBron went through. I'm gonna be real.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year you got to go Embiid just based off how everything transpired. But you can just make one of them cases, man, just like year after year. You know what I'm saying? If you might have to go Giannis MVP. It was like that for LeBron, and we just kind of found other ways to kind of give the other person the award. But man, I mean, the numbers don't lie. And when you really watching him, he's really dominating the game.
So averages 31.1 points, 11.8 rebounds, and 5.7 assists.
That's crazy. I'm
This
not
is
gonna lie.
disrespectful.
We're even having this conversation. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And they're the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and to Clay's point, I think it's funny we're not really talking much about the East because I don't really think there is much to talk about the East. The
3 teams.
The East Finals, and you chalk it up, Bucks and Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Heard it here first.
Philly doesn't make it, huh?
I don't think
This
so.
is the
I don't
magical
think so
run
either,
year
though.
of Joel Embiid, and no.
I don't think so either. I think Celtics got because Celtics will have home court. Jason Tatum, like it's gonna be the Tatum and Giannis showdown in the East. That's
I'm
gonna go
taking the
7.
Bucks again.
That's gonna be crazy.
That one will go 7.
will be crazy.
I think it's just kind of
It
wild
is,
that
though.
You know that Philly one's. I mean, we're not gonna call a spade here, but that one's gonna be a bruising, beat them down. Celtics,
Yeah.
Philly.
Word.
It's gonna be.
It
it's
is,
gonna be
though.
a. It's
It
gonna be a
is.
battle. It's gonna be a battle.
Which,
It is.
and I'll be honest with you, that's if LeBron's not in the Eastern Conference, that's the only Eastern Conference series that I'd look forward to watching.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's enough, in the East to really take down those 3 teams aside from themselves. You know what I mean? It's going to have to be, lace them up. Let's go out here and play and see who just the better team is. I think to the Giannis point, and I make this point every time, if you don't guard him at the 3-point line and you guard him at the elbow and he still Euros you and dunks on you, I mean, he should automatically just kind of be MVP.
Ain't nothing you can do. What can you do?
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. Nothing you
And
can do.
he's shown flashes over the last 2 or 3 years that, hey, that form's looking –
I know.
he's just got to get a little hitch out. He'll be
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
But if he can
Turn
become
around.
if he can become a 3-level scorer, oh, my – you haven't even seen the peak of it.
So
GGs.
Stephen Jones in the chat says Giannis doesn't get enough credit because he plays a more fundamental game. Not super flashy, but also not too rudimentary like Tim Duncan.
Big fundamental. Shout
think,
out.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's because, well, I can't make the small market argument because LeBron got every kind of publicity there was. But LeBron also had a lot of pub coming out of high school. I think Giannis, he really had to develop into the guy he is. You know what I mean? And so I think Giannis plays the same type of game as LeBron minus the passing.
Mm-hmm.
Younger LeBron, I should say. Minus the passing and the shooting. But he's
Not
in a
mad at
small
that.
market like Milwaukee. And up until they won the championship, it wasn't really cool to watch watch a Milwaukee Bucks game.
Even now, they come on TV, but it's like majority of the time when you really want to see them, unless they playing somebody like a Lakers or, another big market team, you got to catch them on, your app, NBA TV.
Yeah.
And I was just watching him the whole time. He was dunking every game, though. I'm like, we gotta consider him like some type of MVP or something, bro.
Yeah.
So
feel me?
Makeshift 23 in the chat said, Joker is still my MVP because he's helped his team be the best in his conference without another all-star while averaging a triple-double, and his team has a losing record when he doesn't play.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I think Chris Middleton's a fringe all-star.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely need him to win games. We've seen that in Milwaukee where he kind of comes right back in and fits into that. I don't see.
What about Drew though? You know they're gonna consider Drew now.
I mean, I fully agree. Drew Holiday makes the best of what he's got, but Jamal Murray could have been an all-star. Before he got hurt, he was hooping in the bubble.
Yeah, for sure.
But just because Jokic doesn't have all-stars, I mean, you got guys like Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter, right? Is he still over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Jamal Murray, he's not throwing the ball to scrubs to average a triple-double.
No, that's facts though.
Like,
them
he's
names kind of crazy.
He's
Still.
not throwing it to just me.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Like you
Jamal
said,
Murray's averaging 20 a game this season, according to Sam Lin. So,
Yeah.
I would
Aaron
say
Gordon
that.
ain't no slouch. I'm gonna be real. I feel like he turned his game up when he made it to Denver.
Yeah.
I feel like he on a
Sam said
different
he's
level.
averaging 16.
He on
So
a
two of the guys
Jeez.
he's throwing the ball to averaging 20 and 16.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So,
But you got a guy like freaking Grayson Allen on the Bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously Drew had a 50-point game the other night, not too long ago. Crazy.
Crazy.
Chris Middleton, Bobby, 6th man of the year,
Yep.
hopefully.
Should get that. Need to get that.
Lopez. I'm taking Lopez. I'm taking Jokic over Lopez all the time.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm taking
Lopez be hooping though. Lopez
Yeah,
be
I mean,
hooping.
if I have to, make a choice between Chris Middleton or Michael Porter, it's close. I think.
For real. I think I'm going Middleton. I ain't
I'm
going.
going
I'm
Middleton.
taking. I'm
That's
taking
not even
Chris.
a question
I'm taking
for
Chris
me.
Middleton too, but I'm saying Chris Middleton plays like an old OG guy at the rec, but Aaron Gordon's still got crazy bounce and he's athletic. He can defend really well. I mean, you look at it's just a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Do I need a defensive player that can also score, or do I need a guy that can stretch the floor? And we've got
MPJ
guys.
is averaging 17 as well.
Oh damn, I didn't know that though.
So 3 guys on his
Yeah,
team that
yeah.
are averaging a triple double. See, that's where the argument kind of falls apart for me. He doesn't have all stars, but back in the day, you could average 20 and be an all star. You could
Yeah.
average 17 and be close to being an all star. Now, dudes, because of the 3, everybody can shoot so well. I mean, Brad Beal averaged 30 for 4 seasons in Washington.
He did it. Nobody talked about it, bro. I was so sad.
No.
I remember when you broke that news to me. I was like, "What? 30?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
In-
a lie.
Yeah.
In
No
Washington.
way. No way. Yeah.
He was just in Washington, buried.
And those
Yeah.
guys,
Nobody was
those
talking
guys might
about
not be all stars just because what we've been talking about. The West is just stacked.
Facts,
It's
though.
just
That's all it
stacked.
is.
I mean, you're who you going to put in or
Yeah.
take out? I mean,
Yeah.
I
You
guess
can't.
you can't take anybody out.
Sure.
That's guess that's really the only problem.
And I mean, I will say though, give the props to Stephen too. Between the 3 guys, this is probably the best MVP race. We haven't even talked about Joel Embiid.
That's what I'm saying. His number's crazy. 33 or
And
something.
he's going to win it.
Angelo in the
Hopefully.
chat said Embiid doesn't have a deep team like Giannis and Joker here either. So he's working with less basically.
Kind of low key though.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Low key.
I mean, let's look at the live look into the first quarter. Thunder up 3, 32-29.
Come on, then. That's right.
But okay, so let's look into the Philly roster here.
While you're reading that, Sam Lin said, "If the way Giannis runs and dunks, if that's fundamental, I'm never playing basketball ever
Facts
again."
though. That man Giannis so dominant, man. Every game. Now, Chad, let me pick y'all brain on this. Now, this may be a stupid idea. We'll just keep it here.
Oh, okay.
Should there be multiple MVPs though? I know they started doing the East thing, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. But should there be one overall league MVP, one East, one West? Is that too much? Am I getting a little too crazy? Because it's in scenarios, okay, you want Embiid. Cool, that's your overall MVP. And people talking about, well, he dominated the West. Okay, well, give Jokic that. And then for those who kind of want to show Tatum or Giannis in this case, maybe they deserve a MVP. Is that too much? What y'all think?
I think
It's kind of a lot.
It is, but you also got to look at it too. You got to look at it multiple ways. In college, when you go to the NCAA tournament, you have a regional player of like the player of that region. It doesn't get publicized very much because ultimately you're worried about who wins the Natty and who's in the Final Four. But at the end of the day, you have a regional champ or a regional player of the year. But I don't think that's too much of a reach. I think in kind of like a crazy happenstance, it might increase some people. This is GM Clay thinking. You're going to like this, though.
Is this the same GM that told Kyrie, I'm missing about 30 mil? But
no, but it's going to be
Give me a week.
It's going to be the GM that says, hey, it's going to be the GM Clay that says, Kyrie, I might be 30 million short, but you get Western Conference Player of the Year. I give you 30 million as an incentive.
Don't cash that check yet.
Yeah, it might bounce. But
hold on to that for me.
But is it too much to make like? Does it take away from the award though? You feel me?
The chat is saying it would take away. The chat is saying it would take away. I was going to say
this. I like the chat. This is big boy basketball.
Yeah.
This is where you make your meals right here. Hey, I was league MVP. This is what separates the grown men from the boys right here.
Not mad at that.
You want to be the dude, go be league MVP. It's very tough because LeBron could win it every year. Giannis should win it every year, and like you're just gonna go right down the list. And it's like, I think that's why they do it every single year. It's like who's gonna have that special year to say, I belong with these guys.
Yeah,
I totally belong with these guys, and I want my money.
It's 50-50 to me, though, because if he's Western Conference MVP and I'm Eastern Conference MVP and you're MVP, to you it shouldn't matter. You're still the MVP. I was the best player on my side. You're the best player overall
on both sides.
On both sides, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Gold and then silver and bronze.
So chat is kind of split.
Kind of thing.
Some people are saying no.
That's why I wanted to talk about it because I was torn. I was up at night like MVP. No, that's too many.
So some people in their chat are saying no. That would dilute the meaning. That would we're already giving awards out to everybody at this point. Blah 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 blah. But Greg made a good point. Where is it?
And why you find I can filibuster a little bit? It's like look at it from a football standpoint. The league MVP is not always the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
that's true.
And that's the big game, and it just matters.
Yeah.
Like, and then the MVP for the Super Bowl is just on a better stage, and that's why everybody knows it.
Yep. So Greg said in baseball they do American League and National League, and he said it works for baseball.
Well, they also play 1,000 games a season.
Yeah,
but
I like that. I think it worked for that particular sport.
Yeah.
And plus they've probably been doing it for so long. That's just the way it is ingrained in them.
Yeah.
We got to get Greg out here for a Hog baseball game.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, my gosh. It would have been perfect if he could have come for Tennessee. We hate Tennessee, and Tennessee hates us. Tony Vitello.
This week, showdown.
We got smoked by Little Rock today, by the way.
UALR
beat us
It's
like
the
11-4.
midweek. Yeah, no one cares.
No
offense.
Well,
I
know that.
Well,
You don't win.
If I played at Arkansas, losing to University of Arkansas at Little Rock,
Okay,
I'd feel
that's
some type of way.
That's fair. I totally understand that. Or you look at it like this: our guys were overlooking them because they want that showdown this week.
That's true. That's a trap game.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
It is.
But so what are your overall? Let's take a collective vote. We can't see Lainey. We can talk. We can vote for her or say her vote.
I got a mic just because you can't see me.
I was going to say I think there was a constitutional amendment that let women vote. So
thank you, Daniel.
All right, now we're political and we're canceled. No, so in favor for the conference final or the conference MVP?
Wait,
I don't
are we
know.
saying
I'm 50,
I or
I'm
what are we
50-50.
doing?
I am too. I'm like halfway too.
I'm 50-50.
Raise your hand up just a little bit more. There we go.
Now I split them. Let's just do one. Just keep it the status quo.
I am a just keep it one. Just
I'm not
keep it how
mad
it
at
is.
that. I'm honestly not.
I like the
I'm
question.
not mad
though.
at it. I think I think the GMs might get more out of their guys if there's an incentive because you look at a guy like Giannis might win MVP, but Joel Embiid can still get some sort of incentive for being Eastern Conference MVP. Now, here's where the kicker is. You can double somebody's trophies because if the MVP is from the Western Conference, he's got to be the Western Conference MVP, right?
That would make sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know? So thinking about it that way, keep it 1.
Yeah.
If the MVP is out of contention for, like,
I think so. That's how I think it would be played, though.
I think it would have to be.
Yeah, you feel me?
Because if you win MVP and I'm the second best player in the West, people are probably gonna be like, "Well, Jay Jones should be the Western Conference." I mean, he won the MVP.
Yeah, if I win, I don't get the other one. I get the overall joint, and then
Right.
So somebody said the finals have an MVP, maybe a playoff MVP.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that one though. That sound whack. I'm gonna be real.
It
Not you know what I'm saying? We brainstorming, but
I think something like that would do good in the like the NCAA tournament where you have a guy like, I'm gonna be real honest with you, from on the women's side. I think a lot of people watch because LSU and Iowa. I think a lot of people watch because of Caitlin Clark.
yeah,
I mean, she got a 40-point triple-double,
she was hooping.
and they call her the female Steph. You know what I mean? She could be a tournament MVP. Let Angel Reese be the championship MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it always kind of skews to me because, like, if LeBron loses the finals, he's definitely still probably the MVP of his team, especially when they went 9 straight.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And he won 4. I think it's tough. But in the NBA, not everybody can get a trophy. In college, I think you can kind of get away with it because you have those like Cinderella people that just go crazy.
mm-hmm.
And on the men's side, I don't really know who that would even be. I give it to old boy that went behind the back of Fairleigh Dickinson. Here you go. You're tournament MVP, bro.
That move was great.
Yeah, you went crazy against Purdue.
I was like a term MVP, just Hawkins, just the
Yeah, Jordan Hawkins.
Yeah,
That's a great point, actually, because
he went crazy.
Because if you don't have him, you don't stretch the floor of it. Now, UConn shot the piss out of the ball. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but
he smoked us.
yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did.
He got a burner for sure.
He does. If you make him put it on the floor 87 feet from the rim, though, I like my chances.
Yeah,
And now if he catch it going downhill off the screen, it's over with.
yeah. Good luck.
If he catch it with about this much space, over with. It's going
See,
up, probably
yeah.
going in. Whatever.
We
We got to guard you 87 feet from the goal.
Declare? Did he say? I think he did.
I think
right?
he did. Yeah,
I think he
he
got
has.
to.
He has to. Yeah,
Gotta go, bro.
Now the thing is, he might not be a lottery pick, but he's going to help somebody
For sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if you're that late, 16 to 32 or 31 or whatever they have, he's going to help somebody.
Mhm. We'll
Yeah.
look back a couple of years from now. He'll be on like Charlotte or something. You'll be like, damn, you remember when he smoked us? It'd be that type of time.
Yeah, for sure.
He did declare for the draft. By the way.
Sorry, you're on Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Sorry.
real, for real.
Yeah, my
Michael's
fault.
about to sell his majority stake.
Yeah, no, I know, right? We saw that.
Let's go back to some of the y'all asked some of the questions. I saw Stefan asked about CBA rules. I'm not too familiar with the CBA rules. If you want to enlighten us in the chat on those.
The chat has been really active today. I would
Shout
like
out
to
to the
say,
chat.
like
Shout out to the
super
chat.
active. Yeah.
I got nothing on the CBA either.
Yeah, I know nothing about.
Was GM
Let's see
Clay
what
got on the
questions-
CBA?
I think we talked about everything. We can see what questions. I want to hear what the chat got to say. What they talking about, Laney?
I've read a lot of stuff. I had something I needed to ask, and I can't remember what it was.
Do we want to talk about, since the Grizzlies are like everybody's villain team, we can talk about it while people are asking questions. Do we want to talk about the Grizz? Well, how far do we think they make it? Is this sort of a Cinderella year for them, given the fact that they have had a great season?
I don't think they're gonna beat the Lakers. I'm gonna be real. I
I don't think so either.
That's such a tough.
they're gonna beat the Lakers. Man. That's me.
Oh.
I do like. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
No, I was gonna say Lakers in 7.
Lakers
yeah.
in 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
And-
What'd you think?
So if the Lakers win in 7, they go to Memphis and beat them in Game 7, which is doable.
Yep.
I give Memphis. Let's go Memphis in 6.
Okay.
And I don't really know the reasoning behind that. Maybe just because, like I said, I dare myself to bet against LeBron, and here I go. I'm betting against LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
But then the second round matchup is probably going to be the Warriors, and that is where the dream season ends right there. Warriors in 6.
And
Holler at
6.
your boy.
Okay. All right.
Holler
Yeah, because I think here's
holler.
Holler, Kentucky Redneck.
I know.
Right there.
Yeah, I think the thing is too, the Warriors have to win in 6 because that thing they can't win on the road, they don't want to go to Game 7.
That's a good point.
And they're going to be, I mean, they're the 6th seed, so they're going to be on the road.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat and
I know you're. I was like the
I've
chat.
been over here
I know
cackling
the
a
chat.
lot.
The chat's on fire. That's what I
I
was
would
like.
like
Laney's
to
over
say
here.
I have been over here laughing a majority of this show, so thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am from Kentucky. Holler. From the
Holler.
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 I apologize to the listening viewers out there.
I think if Lakers, I'm gonna say Lakers in 5. You don't have Steven Adams.
That's what I'm
Jaren
saying.
Jackson is foul prone. Dylan Brooks is wearing a vest with no shirt. Like
Yep. Hell yeah.
the only thing that really is gonna like seal your deal is if Jaren Jackson can stay out of foul trouble.
Yep.
Desmond Bain can shoot it at the clip that he's shooting it. Tyus Jones sort of breaks containment. I feel like you can contain Tyus Jones.
Yeah.
And you hold Ja to 23.
Make him shoot the 3. He can make it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make it a lot though.
Facts.
I mean, he doesn't. That's just my game plan. Lakers can do that.
True. And I think it's very important for the Grizzlies. They have to win both games at home. I think they have to.
Yeah.
They can't do this split stuff.
Who they gonna put on AD? Jaren Jackson?
You don't have to.
Have to. Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work. I'm gonna be real.
Can I change my pick?
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, they did say Luke Kennard, but you know he'll give him some minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
Ain't
Okay.
no hope.
Yeah.
Is what
Hold on
Mixed
now. We
Info
might.
said.
Hey, well, we
Whoa.
don't make money off it anyway. So
Huh?
if y'all want to donate, we're gonna have to set up a donate page. YouTube took our monetization. Sorry.
Anyways, go on.
Salty Jim.
Somebody said. Oh, Sam said Andrew Wiggins is back too.
That's
And
true.
He said Clay has been on one,
Mm.
so he's taking the Bay.
I'm waiting on Game 6, Clay. Actually, that's who I'm waiting on.
Oh, Warriors or Kings? Is that what we're talking?
No. I think we were talking about second round. kinda.
Oh.
If the
Oh yeah, Warriors. Yeah, this is no question. Why are we going through all this? Yeah, Lakers beat the Grizzlies, then the Warriors beat the Lakers. This is easy. We're going through this like this difficult. Oh yeah. You do this. Okay.
So let's.
I agree.
Let's
Sure.
zoom past first, second, conference finals. Who? Pipe down over there, big fellas.
They're getting all
They
hyped
can't-
too.
Yeah.
Oh, they can probably see it actually in Daniel's shot. The dogs fighting back there. Go to Daniel.
Oh, that's for it. Look,
Yeah.
they're there.
We got a little dog fight going on in
Scoring
the
it.
back.
Anyways,
The stars
go
of the
on.
show.
What you think, Cash?
Yeah, for real.
You got the Warriors? I got you.
So let's fast forward to the finals. Who is your Western Conference pick and your Eastern Conference pick?
Oh shoot. East, I'm going Milwaukee. I think I've been saying that since day one though. But
Yeah.
West, man. I feel like the Warriors going back, bro.
Oh, Jeremy, I got the same exact thing as Jeremy.
I do. I don't know why, but they just
Okay.
know how to get it done.
Okay.
They really do, bro.
Okay.
If not, if the Suns can rest a little bit, I gotta take them.
So I was gonna
Secondly, but first I gotta go. I ain't doing that whole thing that I was doing with the bracket where I'm ignore my good and go with this guy. What he thinks? Nah, bro. The Warriors seem like they could get it done. So I'm taking Warriors, and then if the Suns get rid of the Clippers fast, I feel like they'll ride that momentum, and I'll go Clips. But Warriors first. That's me.
Okay.
Well, mine's pretty easy as well.
That's
Bucks
what you got?
Bucks in the East, Warriors in the West, Warriors in 6.
You said Warriors? Or you said Bucks winning it? Did you pick a champ?
Oh no, I ain't picked that yet. Yeah, I don't-
We'll come
That's
back.
too
We can come
far.
back if
That's
you want.
too far.
Too far.
We can come back if you want.
No, let me
I like-
see.
Hey, just write it down. You know, we can come laugh at this in like 2 or 3. I guess like 2 months from now.
We'll clip
or
it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, clip it. I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. And then clip the. Daniel's gonna get his when he said bet against Steph.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I want to know why y'all think aside from maybe injuries, because my pick was going to be, I was going to say the Bucks and the Suns, just because I think you get D-Book and you get KD, and on DeAndre Ayton. Okay,
No,
he's added bonus.
No, for sure.
CP obviously.
He been hooping lately.
If these three guys do not make it to the finals,
I don't know if they do the first year though.
They did it with the Warriors. KD did it with the Warriors, and obviously,
Yeah, he enjoying mid-season.
That's true. It's apples to oranges. Apples to oranges. I will say that. Then the CP3 curse has to be real. I'm gonna just be real honest.
Oh no, Clay! God, I feel like it's too early. KD joined, hurt his ankle. Now he's back. I feel like it take a little time for him to gel, bro. But they can get it done. Don't get me wrong. Just based off, these are phenomenal basketball players. So if it's any four that I think could get it done, they mesh well the best. So it's possible. But I just think the deeper you get, the more you start to rely on, like, certain like cues and things that you do as a good team that I feel like the Warriors just know how to do, bro. Like, if I look at you and you going back door, I know that. I don't feel like the Suns just have that type of, I don't know if they have that yet. Yeah. And that may be, those details kind of come back to haunt you later on. So, I don't know, bro. I'm torn.
It's a great point by Greg in the chat.
I look
CP3
at it like
better pray he doesn't get Scott Foster first round.
Yeah,
facts though.
I go with experience and moxie.
Yeah,
the two things of Warriors. And to yours point, you can just look, like Clay and Steph could probably just look at each other and they know exactly what they're gonna do.
Word.
And it's Suns and Clippers first round.
Yo. KD and Book and look at each other, what they gonna look like? You sure? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they look.
Hold on, what was it?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Sun, I like the Suns too.
Me too, though.
That Clippers first round, man, that's gonna be a battle.
It is. I don't think we're getting PG either. So
it's crazy. Either one of those two, I think, could beat the Nuggets.
Yeah,
really.
I think so too. I just don't.
Oh no,
it's tough.
I think the Suns can. I don't think the Clippers can.
You don't think so?
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Size. Who gonna guard Jokic? It's the big. You ain't got nobody.
Throw people at him.
Man, you gonna get them in foul trouble or make them passes, them reads. I feel like that's the difference. Aiden can kind of do that. He can slow him down. The Clippers don't have anybody that can slow him down.
It's funny you say that. I think if you're a Nuggets fan, you hope for the Clippers.
For sure.
To your point, Jeremy. I think,
You do.
What if you go small?
He gonna kill that though. He can shoot the.
But if you go small and put Kawhi on him,
Kawhi gonna get in foul trouble.
I feel like Kawhi's a good enough defender to bother him, bro.
He is, but not all game.
No, I agree. I think you probably start Zubac on him if he. I mean, yeah,
starting to have 20 in the first half.
If it's fried chicken, then you got to put Kawhi on him.
Damn, second half, then Kawhi ain't gonna be scoring. That's why you need Kyrie. Look, then it'll work. All right, Kawhi, you guard him. Kyrie starts scoring. Yeah.
$30 million, man.
I know.
Yeah, $30 million, man.
30 mil short this week.
Such a great running joke.
I'm 30 million short.
God.
I pray I have that problem, man. I'm 30 million short. I just got to make 30. That's all I need. Okay, cool.
You pray to.
Yeah, I don't think PG coming back first round either. So.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I don't know. Why do we not think the Nuggets make it out to the Western Conference?
They are a proven choker. I don't like to say that.
Joker the choker.
Joker the choker.
Damn.
Do it in the playoffs. How about that?
See, I mean, I can't argue that.
I've always argued the same thing about Embiid. Like he's never done anything.
It's
in
the
the
same
playoffs.
argument in Philly, for sure.
That's a good point too, Laney.
It's
I've
tough.
Always
though,
made
but,
that. I've always said that.
If numbers never lie, wise man named Velton Kennedy once told me numbers never lie, but they don't tell the whole story.
Okay.
So,
shout out VK.
What story will not be
VK.
told if he's dishing the guys averaging 2016 and 17 or 2016 and 12, whatever it is? What story is not going to be told there?
We finna sit down.
Okay.
Clamp them up. I mean, we're going to make everything tough. I feel like they get a lot of open shots when, but, okay, we're going to throw a lot of times throughout the regular season, people throw soft doubles at Jokic or soft doubles at Kawhi, unless it's like a big-time game again.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a lot of, like, hardcore, like, doubling, rotating. But then in the playoffs, you start to. Then you got to rely on MPJ to go from 16 to 24.
Yeah.
And that's where it becomes a tough ass. It's like, okay, I'm making 16. I wasn't planning on scoring
Getting
24 points a night in the playoffs.
That's a great point.
I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's how teams get, wore down, bro. So I can't take the Nuggets yet. I got to see what everybody do. So
Yeah.
that's me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Makeshift 23 he said, let's not act like the Suns don't have depth on their bench. T.J. Warren, Landry Shamet, Damian Lee, Torrey Craig, Campaign, Biombo. All those dudes would start for Dallas, but there's a reason they're on the bench. Like, I'm just be real. Like, I'm so serious right now.
I'm with you.
Sam Lynn said.
I love it.
Sam Lynn said none of them are going to give you 10 plus. So, like, agreeing with you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point by make Withy funny, something like that. Whatever. He said last time Jamal Murray was in the playoffs, he had a couple 50 balls and they only won one of those series. So, but I think when Jamal Murray got hurt, the offense started to flow more through Jokic. Jamal Murray understands that if we need to win and we want to be the way we want to be, Joker has to have the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has to understand that role. Can he be an all-star and can he play up to that caliber? Yeah, absolutely. He was going crazy in the bubble.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna be real though. He got to have more than 20 a night coming to playoffs though.
100%.
That's got to go to at least 25.
And with Jamal out, I mean, all the focus is then going to Joker. I mean, you stop him, cut the head off the snake, they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point. You got to have – he has one less person to kick it out to if that happens. Oh, this is tough. I don't know. Lainey, were there any more questions?
Well, somebody asked earlier in the chat, one of the questions they said was, where do you think Kyrie is going? And we talked about Kyrie staying in Dallas, but we didn't really talk about where we would think he would be going if he was leaving.
Right. I just think automatically, for some reason, I'm going Lakers. I think they're going to try to make a push for him.
One of two things is going to happen.
Oh, GM Clay, that's 30 mil short. Here he goes.
One of two things is going to happen. Mark Cuban, I would love to meet you. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to learn about business, like talk some stuff. You're either going to back the Brinks truck up for Kyrie and pay him what he's worth, or you're going to trade him for somebody that I've never heard of. That's just what's going to happen. You didn't want to give Jalen Brunson $100 million. The Knicks were like, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, somebody in the chat
look how
earlier
it worked
said.
out.
Yeah, somebody in the chat earlier said major bag fumble when they lost Brunson.
That was the perfect guard for y'all. I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was glad he was gone because he was. It was the Clippers. Man, he was tearing us up.
Yeah.
Plus, you gotta really feel bad because he made the Knicks a playoff.
Man, no, he's nice.
Yeah, we can just wrap it up after that.
Clap it up, yeah.
we can just. Yeah, I don't really have a rebuttal for that one. Greg said Kuzma and Dinwiddie beef. I don't know nothing about it. I have to look into it. Laney, can you look into that, please?
Yeah, I don't know.
You thought I was actually done, huh? Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, my bad.
I saw a couple people talking about that, so it's like, I mean, obviously, maybe it's a thing. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Jalen Brunson took Julius Randle to the playoffs is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Okay,
that's a good first round in the East. Cavs and Knicks.
Let me ask you this. Somebody asked me this at work, and I want to get, because there's a lot of people that are our age. They grew up. Laney, you're a D Rose fan. They grew up watching prime Derrick Rose before I almost said ankle, before the ACL injury.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, both of them. Where does Derrick Rose rank point guards of all time if he doesn't get hurt?
Oh, what could have been.
I know. That's just.
The problem is you'll never know. We'll never know. There's no way to judge that.
We'll go based off what he was doing.
But there's no way to.
I don't have a dog in the fight because I could care less about D Rose. But
Well, that's a hater if I've ever heard one.
No. Dirk was my guy. Derrick Rose, okay, cool. Yeah, he can jump out the gym. Everybody can jump out the gym. I'm not saying that just because everybody can do it, everybody can be Derrick Rose. Absolutely, Derrick Rose deserved that MVP. I hated that he got hurt. The way he affected like a young generation of people. Like, there's some people right now that will go to war with you over like the comments I'm making. Like, they would cancel me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I'm not sure that. I do want to say that because he all-time talent if he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even then, you still saw flashes coming back from injury. I just want to get the chat's take, and I want to get y'all's take.
This is a good take by Kobe in the chat. He said he would be solid on the Mavs right now. Nick's not playing him, and he can still play.
That's true,
Meaning,
though.
like, right now, he could be good for the
You're going to
Mavs.
stand in the corner and knock a 3 down for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
100%.
And he'll play some defense, though.
He will.
You know what I'm
Low
saying?
key.
You just not going to just blow right past
We got a
the
lot of
rows.
cones in Dallas.
Man, that's the problem more than making the threes.
Did
Y'all
you say
can't guard nobody.
cones?
Yeah, cones. They just go right by him.
Like workout cones?
Yes.
Like the construction cones and just chill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can talk about what could have been and what would have been all you want. I think he was on par to be one of the best, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
It's just hard, it's hard to say.
Sam said, I like this. I think uninjured D Rose is a tier below Steph, maybe like same caliber respect. And I don't hate that.
Tier below.
Yeah.
And then he said a little bit like caliber is Dame.
I don't hate that.
I don't either. I
Top
don't
10.
Either.
PG
One
of
thing
all
is Dame
time.
can't shoot a lot. Dame is kind of Dame is kind of crazy.
Can
But I see what he's trying to say though, because he did kind of have that feel though.
Yeah.
He had that type of feel, so I'm not mad at that. I'm
Again,
not
what
mad at
could have
that.
been, we'll
Yeah.
never know.
I'm
I
not
think
mad at
he could have got into the top 10, I think.
Flaming hot take by Sam. He said, but if T-Mac don't get hurt, he would have been the best player ever.
I don't know about that.
Stop it.
Okay,
But
so
he
on
would've
that
been up
note,
there.
He would have been close. He would have been very close. It would have been MJ, Bron, Steph.
T-Mac would have been up there though.
He would have been close.
Word.
He would have been close.
He would have been talked about just as much as probably like KD is talked
Kobe,
about.
yeah, forget Kobe.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah. I'm not exact. I don't know. Yeah, so I guess we'll reconvene. Let's check in. Let's do a live check-in on Jay Will and them boys. Ooh, they are down 6.
What quarter?
Third quarter.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, second quarter. Second quarter. About to go into halftime.
Okay.
Not bad.
Oh, plenty of
Jay
time.
Will has a goose egg. Not good.
Wait, how many charges is digging?
Yeah. All right.
He has 2 fouls. He has 6 assists, 3 rebounds.
Ooh.
J Dub is not shooting very well. 1 for 5 from the field, 4 points total. Shea Gilgeous is also 3 for 10 with a whopping 7 points. Josh Giddey, 5 of 11 from the field with 12 points. Lou Dort going crazy, 6 of 8 from the field, 20 points.
There you go.
So we got to pick it up.
They'll pick it up.
Got to get the wheels
They'll pick
turning
it
here.
up.
But yeah. So with that being said, I guess that'll be all for this week of the Walk-Ons pod.
Word.
NBA playoff picture preview
Every Wednesday,
every Wednesday.
lock in.
Again, thank the chat. They were really active
yeah, for
today.
sure.
Yeah,
Super active
chat was
today.
on fire.
Daniel, you got a lot of comments like we like you in here, so
Ah,
so we
that's
might
what's up.
might keep you
Might have
around.
to
I
be
guess
a regular now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up? Okay.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's
I know
what's
there's a lot of things that we can really pick your brain about for from the college athletic standpoint. We want to get your I don't want to get you in trouble. We want to get
Then
your
why ask a
Well,
question?
yeah, I mean, like,
counterpart.
I can go. I plead the fifth or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm not going to say anything crazy. I could, but I'm not going to.
Well, I could too.
Yeah, you could. But we want to get we do want to do an episode here soon with you and Mandy Hunt. If you guys don't know who Mandy Hunt is, I guess you could say like director of NIL at the University of Arkansas.
She's not.
Well.
No,
well.
she's not. She's
Well,
not.
She's a contributor.
Yeah, she's a contributor,
they're-
but she has her own
That might be-
foundation that
might
helps
be well,
that helps partner athletes with other
Yeah.
companies to work with them in NIL.
They're-
She does not work for the university
Their
though.
AAC,
yeah.
their foundation there.
And
It's a good cause there. It's
for-
big time.
For those of you that don't know, Hunt as in JB Hunt. So that would be really cool to kind of get the ins and outs of NIL, where it's going to go for college athletics, not just basketball, football, things of that nature. Be an interesting talk. We hadn't scheduled that yet, but as of right now, next Wednesday, we will be probably talking about the playoffs, how it's going to look, maybe a little bit more reaction stuff, and kind of go from there. But yeah, so
Daniel, thank you.
we can clap it up.
Oh,
for
yeah.
now.
Okay, yeah.
So, thank you,
Thank you for
Brody.
being here, Daniel.
Appreciate that.
Nice little vibe. Nice little pod
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
Anything else, Clay?
I don't have anything. You have anything?
We didn't talk about the East at all, did we?
Not really. No.
Not really,
It's
no.
not really worth talking about,
No,
honestly.
it really isn't.
Unfortunately.
No, I'm good. I appreciate all the shout outs from the chat. I
got
appreciate you guys are letting me come out here and run my mouth for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Sure,
always
appreciate you,
a
bro.
good time for sure.
Now you can
Yeah.
see the dogs fighting in the background of Daniel.
They get into it. Look.
Anyways,
Don't call PETA on us, please.
no, they're just fighting each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good. Take us home.
GG's G. Oh, is that it?
No, yeah, I was just gonna ask about the Tatum performance review.
Oh.
It was posted.
Oh,
today.
yeah. I checked that out. Yeah,
But-
it was cool.
All right.
Decent little kick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Find out if you want to find out. Go watch a video.
Yeah, check out the video. GG's G. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week every Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.
Wait.